And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, a moment that we have been kind of predicting or previewing for many weeks at this point has finally come. Your girl, Lindsay Halligan, the hand-picked prosecutor, the one who took the case to not only Letitia James, but to James Comey as well, to the two Jameses. A federal judge has disqualified Lindsay Halligan from being a U.S. attorney because she was improperly appointed by Bondi, which also means that the cases against Letitia James and James Comey, they're dismissed. So Halligan is out. The cases are dismissed. But that's not all, y'all. The cases, though they are dismissed, they could, in theory, be brought again by another properly installed or properly appointed U.S. attorney, prosecutor. But for now, let's go ahead and get into it. Lindsay Halligan is out and the cases are dismissed. But before we do, y'all, we are launching our official Patreon. So if you want to be a founding member on our Patreon, we have just 222 slots, y'all. If you want to be a founding member, go down, click the very first link in the description, and you're going to feel good about this, y'all, because believe it or not, we are an actual paralegal school, and we help people get their paralegal certificate and get working in the paralegal field. And all of the proceeds from our Patreon, when you enroll as a founding member, all of that is going to go to scholarships for people who would like to study at our institute, y'all. So click that first link down in the description. Join us as a founding member, y'all. This deal will not come back. Now let's get into the story.
All right, thank you so much, Wei Zhang at the White House. Criminal defense attorney Caroline Polisi is with us on the phone. Caroline, your reaction to this determination by the judge?
Yeah, hi, John. I wanted to pick up something that Scott mentioned. This is not a complete victory for Comey, to be sure, because it was dismissed without prejudice. They were looking for a dismissal with prejudice. However, this is seriously going to set this prosecution. It's going to really derail the prosecution, and the person bringing this prosecution next, if they do, will not be likely Lindsay Halligan. The sixth finding in Judge Curry's order is that the power to appoint the interim U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia under the statute lies with the district court. Remember, this judge is sitting by designation from South Carolina because the district in which the case is pending, all of those judges recused themselves essentially because that was the overarching issue in this appointment, whether that 120 days could effectively just be re-upped by the president and Pam Bondi indefinitely for, essentially skirting the appointments clause. And so while it's not, a complete and total victory, I think this case is not going to go to trial anytime soon, not to mention the myriad of other substantive issues that are in this case that are pending before a different judge in this district regarding, the selective and vindictive prosecutions, issues with the warrants, a ton of ways this cookie could crumble.
Right, Caroline Polisi, thank you. I want to go back now to Scott McFarlane. Scott, among any new information you may also have, remind us how, put in context, the idea of a president telling an attorney general who they should and should not charge.
A lot of people were eager to hear the arguments and the judge's opinion on this issue of vindictive prosecution. Last week, James Comey was in court, remarkable thing, arguing that this case was a political selective prosecution. That argument really isn't relevant anymore now that the case is dismissed. Not relevant to this case, but John, there are any number of political critics of the president who fear they face the same prospect of a criminal prosecution because of their criticism. They might have wanted to have seen what a judge said about this issue of selective vindictive prosecution if they too get charged in the coming weeks and the coming months. As we just mentioned, John, there's another name on that September 20th social media post from President Trump. California Senator Adam Schiff, who CBS News has learned has hired a private attorney with the prospect he gets charged down the road as well. All of these defendants, all these people have denied any wrongdoing.
Scott McFarlane, a major bend in the road here for the Trump presidency and Justice Department as we learn the new rules under which both are operating. Once again, the federal indictments against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James have just been dismissed. A judge ruled prosecutor Lindsay Halligan was improperly appointed.
So what's going to happen next? These two cases will take two different paths from this point, because James Comey, his indictment came just in the nick of time according to the statute of limitations. If he hadn't been indicted when he was indicted, the statute of limitations on his charges would have run and he would have been scot-free basically. But now that his indictment has gone through, but the case is dismissed, the prevailing legal wisdom is that the Justice Department has another 6 months to bring the indictment again. This indictment will have to be retried by another United States attorney, and that person will have to secure a new indictment, and then the case may be able to go forward as far as James Comey is concerned. Remember, he has other challenges where he's other motions for dismissal, including selective and vindictive prosecution. So in order for his case to go forward, the DOJ would have to survive those challenges as well. Now, as it relates to your girl, Letitia James, she will also have to be re-indicted most likely, but unlike Comey, her charges are not right up against the statute of limitation, and therefore she won't have the same situation. She won't be able to, the Justice Department will not be under the same time crunch that they are with James Comey. So y'all, that is the current situation. This is an emergency video. I'm out and about. I just had to stop and try to put this out there for my people. So y'all, let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think this is the right decision? Do you think this is the wrong decision? Some people think that this is happening just because the judge who is ruling this was installed by, I believe it was either Barack Obama or Bill Clinton, that she's a Democrat and she's just, but y'all, this is actually the prevailing case law says that this would be the outcome, okay? So the prevailing case law is the theory that Pam Bondi used, that every new U.S. attorney gets 120 days. That's just not the way it is, okay? So that's just not the case. So it's, you know, this is Pam Bondi's fault, y'all. This is Pam Bondi's fault. That's the way I see it. Pam Bondi didn't follow the correct processes, and this is the outcome. There are lots and lots of lawyers, of U.S. attorneys, or people who are United States prosecutors who are having this same problem, and it all stems back to Pam Bondi and the way she appointed everybody. So y'all, let me know what you think down in the comments. Drop a comment. Before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.